Yamaha R3 bLU cRU European Championship returned to its inaugural venue Misano for the third staging of the Emilia-Romagna round, the series heading into its third month and third date of 2023. No less than 6 riders were back on track just over a week after participating at the 12th edition of the Yamaha VR46 Master Camp at the nearby ranch in Tavullia, now returning to show off their new skills. And there was action before the lights even went out on race 1, as Turaki Buapa made a jump start from 9th. The 2021 Asia Talent Cup regular handed a double long lap penalty that neutralised him as a threat to the leaders. It was Kevin Fontana on the number 26 bike who led the field away from his first pole. Further back, 17-year-old Greek Apostolos Kamzalis joined the lineup, but his debut only lasted as far as turn 2, as he was hit by Mart Konuk and Christian Stringhetti, the trio all retiring from the race. Meanwhile, it took less than a lap for the top 8 to break away from the rest of the pack, the gap to 9th already 1.5 seconds by the end of lap 1 and some 15 seconds by the checkered flag. Aldi Satya Mahendra led 2 of the first 4 laps on the number 27 after another strong Friday effort in qualifying. In one of the most close-fought Superpole sessions to date in the European Championship, little more than 1/10 of a second had covered the top 3, with a fair margin to the second row of the grid. Those 3 frontrunners remained favourites for victory in race 1, and they were joined among the main contenders by Gustavo Manso. He capitalised on Kevin Fontana's small lap 2 error and moved into the podium places, back at the venue where he made his first trip to the rostrum in 2022. And then he set about a duel with Emiliano Ercolani, the two 18-year-olds, the principal title rivals, with 2 wins apiece this season so far. Both tried to pass early race leader Aldi Satya Mahendra, number 9 Ercolani hitting the front, and he went on to lead no less than 4 laps over the line. The Series 4 man defending a 20-point championship advantage after just 2 rounds. The same quartet remained at the head of the field until the 32 of Kritipak Kenkum charged to the front. The 18-year-old from Thailand has made a major step forward in his second season in the class after a series of incidents and retirements hampered his scoring last year, and he finally looked a podium contender in Misano, having been the nearly man in the lead group in Assen and Barcelona. Kenkum conceded top spot though on the penultimate lap after a slight error on the exit of Rio. Emiliano Ercolani capitalised on his experience of Misano from the Italian Championship and his debut as a wildcard in the 2022 Emilia-Romagna round, using his momentum to make a double pass before turn 8. Then, with a brave defence of first place on the final lap, outbreaking Mahendra through to Monto, he was able to build a small advantage as the rest of the group went 5 abreast and bunched together. The 96 of Mark Vick sent wide. He ultimately finished at the back of the group. But it was only a 7-rider group because Eduardo Burr, runner-up at race 2 of the Dutch round, ran out of room at the fastest part of the circuit, Curvone, and went down into the gravel trap. Thankfully, he was fit to resume racing in the afternoon. The final few turns were all about Kritipak Kenkum, as he defended second place against Aldi Satya Mahendra, weaving to hold his ground, and then latched onto the tail of Emiliano Ercolani, passing him in a close run to the line. But Kenkum's final lap had earned the ire of the stewards, and he was given a post-race penalty, promoting Ercolani for his 3rd win of the season.
It's fantastic win in Misano with my people, and I live 1 kilometer to the circuit, quindi is my second home, and I'm very happy.
In race 2, a somewhat larger group of 12 riders formed at the front, but it was really the same lead quartet exchanging the top positions, with Mark Vick joining them to make it 5. Again, Aldi Satya Mahendra made the fastest start with Kevin Fontana going with him, but this time Vick, from the second row of the grid, made his move around the outside of turn 1 and slotted between them. Gustavo Manso was next to take up the challenge, still trying to make up for his absence from the opening race of the season. Manso looked comfortable at the front, and although it wasn't until lap 8 that he actually led a lap over the line, he had various spells at the front of the group. On lap 4, Manso was picked off by race 1 winner Emiliano Ercolani and Kevin Fontana. Fontana, a podium finisher at Misano in 2022, has had 9 trips to the rostrum in total, accounting for half of his race starts over 2 years, but he's still chasing that elusive first victory. Fontana was forced to make way for Gustavo Manso with less than 3 to go, but he stuck with the number 80 and the 9 of Emiliano Urcolani from there. Meanwhile, 15-year-old Shoma Yamane set the fastest lap of the race before going on to complete his best weekend to date with a second top 10 finish of the weekend in 7th. Taraki Buapa had looked set to return to the top 10 and make amends for his race 1 jump start at the second attempt, but on the final lap he ran wide coming off Tramonto and for exceeding track limits was given a second penalty of the weekend. Meanwhile, Mark Vick got back into clean air ahead of Gustavo Manso. Vick, a podium finisher in Most 2 years ago and at Assen in the opening race of the 2023 campaign, was chasing his 3rd career podium. Aldi Satya Mahendra too was chasing podium number 3, and his determined move from 4th to 2nd placed him perfectly to challenge for a first victory as well. 5 into 1 through turn 12 wouldn't go, and that squeezed Kritapak Kenkum out of contention, and running wide again at turn 14 was subsequently enough to land him a post-race penalty. Mahendra made his move for the lead before the Misano corner, pinning Vick to the outside before outgunning him in the short run to the line. A first Indonesian winner in the class, and it seems only a matter of time before he joins brother Galang Hendra Pratama in Supersport 300, where he has already been a race winner.
This race is very crazy, you know, the battle is very hard, and finally I got the first podium and first win in European Championship. Yeah, I want to say thank you to my team, bLU cRU, and I want to say thank you to Yamaha Racing Indonesia and all sponsors for support me. Also, Haji Putra for support me.
Aldi Satya Mahendra moves 5th in the standings with 2 trips to the rostrum in Misano. But with 5 podiums from 6 races, 3 of them wins, Emiliano Urcolani has taken control of the championship. As the 2023 season reaches its halfway mark, he leads by a commanding 35 points. Our next action is at Donington Park for the UK round in a month's time.